This is Chariot.
Abusiafo me majo echecham baby biara wo hwe ye free. We are love and family corner. Menim say America ni yakọ na yaba kakra programs ni nyoma kakra bi ebetwitwa ya kwan mu but nyame adom ende yasan aba e me nije pise da ne da nyina yetumi hia mu na yedwendwen ye ho yebọ ye ho ne ye ho enkomo na eboa ya setena mu ewo ye fie mu me di dwumade ho chame from Samuel Ababio na me stress wa wo hwe yin bia no wo say we selfish so we hwe because I dey about no very interesting me stress we be share na wa comment questions additions the person they can ho bia ma program no kama no ye be hwe nim say wobetumi ayɛ aboa na dwumadi no ayɛ kama dwumadi no ɛnyɛ yɛ nkwa na yɛdi ɛne mu nyinaa ɛna ɛdi ɛnɛ daa ne da nyinaa sɛ de mu nyim no yɛne yɛ papa ɔpanyin Kwadwo Asa ɛna yɛsan bɛdi nkɔmmɔ ɛndɛ topic no yɛ very very interesting but yɛdi kan no mɛ wɔkame yɛ papa yɛwɔkame ne wie a na afei yɛde topic no already mahu sɛ wɔaseɛ hɔ ɛma wodwendwen nnwɔma a yɛbɛka ho mɛma yɛ papa akɔ aba yɛwie a na yɛate asi mu daddy Mwajo.
Yajo open.
Pacho mponti say.
Yemi adu mi huyi mpacho monzo e.
Na me da che ho ye papa.
I
see say acha kakra bi.
Say ya maboko.
Ah, and then yaba.
No aja ulmai mi wo ho mi ni baby akọ.
Okay. Jebuja for ye papa no. E on na dare de nyina oboaye ma yetumi esua ade e wo fidua mu ha. And the topic I hear no a long distance marriage. Does it work? Meaning ye say we ade a kofu bebre edi wonya obi o ha no person wo program but because of nyoma ba and question and ade e ba besua e nti ama wo hu say de o si akowura mu ana say ohun anama person otu ene ye papa beboa ya ma ye hu anu yi a ewoma sa question we daddy ti ene de da ho a ebusuafo say yesusu hu ni long distance marriage does it work?
All right. Nti maminchi a yen tiefo ni ahwefo enyina. Me senia menim se mo afie. But yen so ya afi won bi. Nti yen won kwan na won afi yen so ya afi. Nti enyume asem a eda pon so ebe ka ho asem ne de anka anu yi etietia. Nanso wi anu sa enye yi. Ade ti na wi anu sa enye yi. If say situation bia nipa ewo no ewo ni nyina so. Na ni nyina so no na ebe kire se eye ana enye. Nti sitimi nyina so no yiye dia na ne de na ahoden se nipa de no ho hyem no transa tebia ni mu no na yeye ma no na ye de na afa sa kwan no so na se nyina so no nye dia then na say quickly no wasan eba back come bom because aware enye just emotional presence, but it also need physical presence. So it's not just an emotional thing. Both physical, emotional, mental,
Physical.
and even spiritual. Yeah. So physically, you know, they need to be present. And this be simu kwan na physically, you know, muntimi enhyiemu a den. Na saa de kode no eyi a anase okwan foforo bi enu ebetimi afaso e de asiw anu a na ese ye hwese de betimi asum meka yeso mu a ya manage no
Good.
na matimi atena sɛ awarefo. Anyɛ saa de a na quickly no you should come back. Ɛsɛkyerɛ no ɛwɔ nyina so. Nti ɛsɛ awarefo ɛtena ɛbom. Ɛwɔ nyina so. Nti sɛ wobisa me anwummere a na metimi aka no nneɛma bɛn na bɛyɛ akwanside. Nti a okunu ɛte baabi, ɔyere ɛte baabi. Yeah. Ɛsɛ mewɔ clients bebree a ɛwɔ situations bi saa mu. And ne manage ɛnna fam. Sɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ yɛ mmerɛw koraa, ɛnkyɛ da nyɛ ade pa. Nti sɛ ebeso mu biara saa de a na ɛsɛ nyinaso no ɛyɛ papa. Meka papa, not papa sɛ nyinaso papa bi wɔ hɔ ɛkyɛn saa, but situation and circumstances no, there's nothing you can do about it. Gye sɛ wotena mu saa na yɛahwɛ sɛ na ebitumi amanage na afa. Nti kakra mɛtumi aka kyerɛ wo mpirinpirin ɛno no. Afei biribi wɔ hɔ a pɛ sɛ yɛhu ana wama mahu na yɛaboroboro so.
Yo, okay. Iti yɛda ase wɔ deɛ wode ahyɛ aseɛ no. Iti na kyerɛ sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ nneɛma a menya nka yɛbɛhwɛ nneɛma a ɛtumi de saa distance na ɛba awareɛ mu. But mebɛba ne na obi ɛka kyerɛ me sɛ sɛ Genesis 2:24 ɔbɛrima bɛgya n'agya na ne na hɔ na then de wakɔ ware ɔmakɔyɛ honam baako. Iti sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛkɔyɛ honam baako na sɛ bibi a mewɔ ha ɛna meyere so wɔ aburokyi ɛno ne saa ne sɛ meyɛ saa na n'akyɛ sɛ metie Bible na anaasɛ mayɛ bɔne ɛwɔ Nyankopɔn akwan mu anaasɛ for any reason biara na justifiable sɛ ebia biribi nti meyere te baabi mesom te baabi Nyankopɔn bɛte aseɛ saa ma yɛ.
Yeah, saa passage na okotu no, it is there for both physical and relational. It is not just relationship nkwa, because you can still have a relationship obi wo baabi na nso wo baabi, but you can't worry ade a relationship, that's the ultimate, but it should also be physical. Because your physical presence is crucial here. It's part of it. It's the main thing about it, because okay, in 1 Corinthians 7 chapter 7 verse 1 Paul can be say ebe ya kuna obia betimi ankontana ndi ne sija nanso biribi nti obia nya na nkasa na yere no obia nya na nkasa ne etere mekanaze nti se obeware na ukunu ana oyere emmenwa na saa de nontia eno no aware mu nkoa na yetimi enya ewo no enye nti na aware wo ho, but aware mu nkoa it is only the married is the only privileged ones who can enjoy it.
Okay.
It is a privilege in marriage.
Distance, I just say,
how are you going to enjoy that? What American has it? We and one, and so sexually, it is not good enough, and Obonekas is not the best. It means it is worse. It is not good.
It is worse. Okay, Daddy, maybe I'll say 1 Corinthians 7. We'll come about 1. I think it's 5, and I come about 7. In deprive each other. In that case, say, may you or baby, Muslim baby, obviously, you deprive each other. So, obviously, you deprive each other. I don't know, I have money and I say, you're bonny.
Oka say nipa ye bonny a oka bonny a, but mo keka akọ bonim, mo keka akọ baby a emmoa mo. What they make it mean because the mere fact say what tia no no tia nintinu eye bonny. No. And it mean to be in cancer, but mo twetwe mo ho akọ bɔne mu a ɛmmoa mo nti ne metimi aka no so den poten is it economical issues nti what they make as yare ana ɔtaa exile
Okay.
ana say who prison what they make as nti ebinom can be temporary adwuma no bi betimi ayɛ temporary because obi yɛ ɔsrɛni na otu kwan ɛyɛ temporary. He or she will surely come home. And so those temporary ones, and maintain can say, and no, our no enko ye. Into we, and if you if you are the next and bit me about say yare, or kasa no yare, inti inoko. Inti enonsono or yare cry not to winch the same thing.
It's a short while.
A short while. The mechanism now wasayaba. And no say and when we're talking about temporary situations, in a prison when you are sent to the prison, is it for life? If it's for life, then how does the partner manage? If it is not for life and it's 20 years, how is he or she going to manage and wait? Because none of these things can call for divorce.
Yes, is our threshold. No?
Exactly. Wow. In exile, so the union say any partner pet. Maybe amayosem and be binti.
Politically motivated and
no exile. And also yes, a bomb pie. It should be that temporary situation will be very short so that he or she, and I always want to use both he or she because it could be anyone. It could be the woman, it could be the man. And so that one, then maybe you have to pray and then help the partner to cope with the situation. But economic reasons, in most cases, saa nneɛma yi ɛba because obi kunu ana na yere yare nti na otukwa na ɔkɔsa ne ho yare a ɛnhyɛ da nyɛ big deal a ɛha obi obi betumi aka sɛ ɛde ɔhaw bɛba because ɔyare nankasa no yɛ ɔhaw obi nso ɛwɔ exile a ɛno nso ɛyɛ ɔhaw dada ɛna prison ɛno nso ɛka ho but economic issues ɛna ɛsɛ yɛhwɛ na yɛhwɛ biem economic issues no koraa no yɛwɔ n'ahorow ebi manageable na meka manageable na depending on their financial status. For instance, me lawyer, me chambers wɔ ha, me yɛ nurse or hospital in Nkranza. Fine. Me can say me law no me de kɔ Nkranza ebi a me nya adwuma koraa ɛnyɛ.
Okay.
Ɛna me yere nso no baabi a yɛ post no akɔto no. Nti we no can be temporary. Na yɛ fiase arrangements na wanya nyame yɛ adum ne onya transfer and we should work towards that because being out there is not the best. What I make can say. And so if we are not doing anything about it and we are comfortable and feel content with that situation, then we have problem. The couple have problem.
It shouldn't be normalized. And what's that?
No. And say normal. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be permanent. It shouldn't be. That situation should not be permanent. And that such a situation, you have power or control over it. So you need to work out and come together as a couple. What I make so maybe is a local, make a local or national situation.
Within
the national situation, make a national within the same country. But say wamanania and then so crying levels levels wo.
na problems in baby now.
We have people who are married and because of their financial status, they can go every 2 weeks. Who needs car now? Who baby soon away home.
Okay, but I say, oh, to come back. Oh, tickets
Exactly.
to come back. Okay.
Or cover every 2 weeks. And
Wow.
who needs kind of lend yeah, quite thing. Whatever can I say? This a year multiple any a
Mm-hmm.
year. Or cover every 2 weeks. Ultimately could do 1 week. No about Ghana, no about business, 3 days, no sign come back.
Sound cool.
Any exactly. And so and I make as your levels and but you see when you being say always canon so no uncle Emma. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it is not the physical situation, any problem, but their attitude itself, the couple's attitude, counts a lot, and that determines whether the relationship is healthy or not. Say, aware no egyina na engyina, because we
Yeah.
were and the class and the man and then they
Mm-hmm.
said man and that person feels comfortable and okay and content with the situation what they make and then the a basa then there's a problem and an economic me ko na mako piska into me jam yera to 10 years 15 years 20 years and they
Mm-hmm.
offer sambra fee because nothing compares to marriage. Nothing.
Wow.
When I talk about the value, there's nothing valuable than marriage on this earth.
Wow.
Not even 100-story buildings put together.
You can't compare it to marriage.
If you need to lose it and make your marriage work, go ahead and do it. Nothing
Hey.
compares.
As
Yeah.
if you have to
Yes.
lose it, say
Yes.
you
So that,
big business
yes.
deal be
If you need to
yeah
lose your job
because
and
of your
for you to
marriage.
yes, for you to manage it well, go ahead. If you need
Now
to
that
lose
is said,
your
our way unye sika na o ja hye mu emu aye kono na ko lusu adwuma ya say ebe hard o.
Sammy, adwene no na nyɛ papa.
Mm.
Because sɛ sika na ma ware gyina a, then yɛyɛ ayɛ mfomso.
Okay.
Because ɛsikafo aware gu, ahiafo aware gu. Wate ase?
Mhm.
Sikafo aware etumi yɛ basaa, ahiafo nso aware tumi yɛ basaa. Ɛsikafo aware tumi gyina, ahiafo
Mhm.
aware nso tumi gyina.
Mhm.
Nti ɛnyɛ sika no dodoɔ a ɔkɔpɛ no. Yɛka nyinaa na ɛsɛ sɛ ɔhwɛ sɛ mmɔfra nso wɔ mu, mmɔfra no wɔ he? And sometimes these children need both parents.
Exactly.
Besides the couple needing each other, no, the children also, at least at their tender age, they will need
You
both
need both
parents.
parents.
Yes. Wow. And so what that will depend on your values in life. Into Akoshima 10 years, 15 years. Obre inkoyi, ogbo embo. Ne yere no wahano bicho tikita ma no beba so badam. I know a lot of people they came down na womu abi ama won.
Ewo
And they
aha.
say, yes, oh yes. What by mo abi ama won? Kama. What American I say. And you know, that will depend on your values in life. Yadwene ne sɛ aburokyiri de. What is aburokyiri? What is
Mm.
aburokyiri? What American say, wo bibi pa bi yɛ wɔ ha, wo adwuma bi yɛ, na ɔno yere no ma ɔno okunu no ma te ha kama. Motumi kɔ school, etua school fees, etua mo dan ka, anaa motumi asi mo dan, na mo ho atɔ mo a. Life is not all about money.
Okay.
No. Sika de, ɛno no, ɔwɔ yɛbɛto no wɔ wiase no na ɔnenam wiase no mu kɛkɛ. But wo
Wow.
deɛ no, ɛyɛ wo values in life, you miss the point. And you mess up your life big time. Because nothing, and I tell you, besides God, nothing compares to marriage.
Wow.
Mm.
This is very interesting. It is a okay, that's our work. But at least do we have maybe some time frame be at least maybe I'll compare a Juma and a debate after 5 years still in your mind click in your mind you're fine. At least your
That's
time
why-
limit will be a
So that is why you see, if you don't plan your life, these things happen. If you plan your life well, now it's okay. Say, baby, I never do me ko nama ko boka kraba. And so planning that trip very well. And so on your plan A, now on your plan B, if
plan B.
possible, plan C.
Mm.
Say me ko na nema ye a, say me fa me yere ana me kunu me mma nyina de ko.
Echo.
So that will be in plan A. Sɛ nneɛma ɛnyɛ yie di a by 5 years mema me ho 5 years na nneɛma nyɛ yie I need to come back. Mema 5 years and I'm not saying say that is the approved timeline. No. Me kyerɛ sɛ wo in your planning no.
Oh yeah, at least in a
2
short
years,
term, 5 years there.
exactly.
Okay.
Me ne me yere yɛbɛtumi atena ase 5 years. Saa deɛ a ɛne 5 years no mehwɛ na ɛnyɛ yie na mentumi bɛfa no nkɔ. Then I would need to come back. And you see, mmea no nso no, ɛsɛ wofi ase te ase. Time biara mehu sɛ ɔbea bi kunu kɔ aburokyiri na ɔbea n'ani agye pɛ na ɔbea no adeɛ mmɔbɔ because onim what she is asking for. Now, for instance, recently a lady came to me. Ne kunu wɔ aburokyiri. Ne kunu sɛ ɔnyɛ divorce papers na watumi de aware. Na watumi anya papers ayɛ adwuma. Into ɔpɛ me opinion.
Now come more questions for Hopper, but what we are Hopper, if you ever call Hopper.
Sign divorce papers ama okun for economic reasons.
Reasons, yeah.
Economic reasons. That's all. I mean, you cannot give any other excuse than economic reasons. And to sign we no kwa papers no so aware na wa na uja na then abeka.
What's I would therefore answer that?
What's the different? In me, I will never sanction that.
And even there are situations that what's a Obama no echo wire for just to get papers to work. I don't know so then I wake up for home.
That's a mama
one.
Uh-huh.
If you do a wire but on the Obama wa had made divorce and you Obeka from marry to work out throw work out throw number one. Obeka from marry but ideally no new Obama be kasa so my dear situation a woman I was me worry obi or na papers it be 2 to 3 years na me adom na your mommy green card na nyoma na me ni pa na divorce ma be fa wa ba.
Sammy, if what we are doing is a Christian thing there, it is not right. We as if we are right. We as if the workers will say, yeah, that.
Paperwork, paperwork.
Paperwork. But the paperwork, keko. So what kind of paperwork and then say who chat through now? Who chat through? In fact, the Christian should not even involve themselves in forgery.
Wow.
You see, yeah, didn't. Yeah, nkwachi and so yeah, keke. Why? But
normal.
Normal, the Christian should not involve himself or herself in forging documents. Falsifying documents. A serious issue.
Yeah, this is something
We are talking about economic reasons.
Reasons, yeah.
Yes. Oh, nimsa oyere no. Wuntimi nye pepes. Ena meka no. Say for any reason, we na na ukunu ni nyina ntimi nkombo. Na say wonkwa ese bako di kan answer. Ese mo planning, mo set ground rules. And sana what to kwan no. Say within 5 years, aye ya me back. Na ma betra me yere ene me abusua eho ana me kunu ene me abusua ho.
It should be agreed between both parties.
So we yes our plans no. Now we remain focused and faithful to that. Anything short of it, ejina ho ma unfaithfulness. Anything short. But you see, we are planning now. Be any agent, you couldn't call NFH now. Tell now soon. A bit of you could have owned ten cabin. Oh, I can't be able to say, Crano, a brand senator, Unyamba, and the Unyubia, Konako, no, I catch up.
Yes.
Oh, you used to dip my papa, name saw your Christian, so I can't we at all. So, why should you allow economic reasons destroy the marriage?
Wow.
Sami, tell me, is there any other cause apart from economic reasons? Any economic reasons.
And one the major problem.
Exactly. Until can be a move by what kind 1 Corinthians 7 also ni po also se mo de mo ho po ebe coming mo ho a enye for good reasons. And then quickly come back together. You need to come back together quickly. So, and I'm not talking about only sex. Though age sex. But it is not only about sex. We are talking about relationship. We are talking about emotional attachment, bonding. We're talking about companionship. We're talking about marriage as God's image. That's what we are discussing, and nothing compares. Nothing.
Wow. Well, it is as I said, comment, but I'm from comment in Rana Yanka. Me who just some few ones to be not Yanka. But yeah, question be air course recently. You maybe a course recently. Maybe sir who asked him about sexy wants him. Now I heard that I didn't share I think sir Patrick K. Abe, yes, who commenting. Good evening, brethren. Thank you for your message. Yeah, that's also we heard from Asante Bekwai. Good afternoon, brethren, and also from Yvonne Ajay. Jonathan, so say Samini questions, man. You don't say. So please, you can bring in all your comments, questions, and then you may now your papa so I address it. Nina among. That did not the name person beside said. I think it's a share to see her because of economic issues here, especially Ghana ha. Kofu baby na almost spouse, no. Ewo abreche baby. And I think say and I promoted the emergence of sexual activities on phone. So I want to know, say yeah, couples na we were abreche me you Ghana ha. Na you person satisfy 1 Corinthians 7 or 5, no. Say yes, I know man no phone. So is it a good thing?
You see, sometimes we can rationalize and say it is between myself and my spouse. But that is imaging. And whenever you are creating anything image to satisfy your your needs or emotional needs, you are going somewhere else. You are entering into idolatry. In fact, 1 Corinthians discusses that. Because
even with my wife, you know.
Utiemi earlier, Mekachu say, which is marriage, the image of God.
God, yeah.
what you me earlier,
Yeah.
any substitution, it means you are distorting the image of God. Anything you do to substitute that is a distortion of God's image. Because marriage was created in God's image, and it must reflect God's image. And God's image is that you should be together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. There can be temporal absence, but you always need to come back together. So whenever you are entering into the image things now, many may didn't no, it's okay. No, you are entering into something. You are not just entering into idolatry or fornication, but you are you are moving into idolatry.
Wow.
First and Second Corinthians discusses that. And even, I think, Romans also. Whenever you form any image beer to represent something, be careful. Be careful. You got to be careful about it.
Wow. See, this is very interesting. It is situations where I say, well, a woman said distance woman there, but you be our phone, so you be video call, you be BBA, you be say. Then, uh, I mean, this is an eye opener. I mean, wait there.
Moyɛ saa de no wɔ phone no so wie. Na moanyɛ satisfied. Na oyere na okunu no, ne nneɛma keka ne ho. Ne nneɛma keka ne ho a, wogye sɛ ɔde bɛ moanyɛ satisfied but wofɛ sɛ wada. Woanhwɛ a maid bi wɔ fie hɔ a, wato ahyɛ ne so.
It is a
Who calls it?
LED into other
Exactly.
sinful.
Exactly.
So it shouldn't be entertained.
No. Ada na mo ha mo saa. Wontimi asan brɛ.
Wow.
Ɛsikafo esi so wɔ wiase, o de yɛn nkɔnyɛ kyi 300 years back. Wɔn nyinaa wɔ wɔn.
Okay.
Wɔn na wɔn sika no nyinaa wɔ wɔn. O de meka. But asɛm a yɛka when we discuss Christianity, we are talking about salvation. That's we discussing about life after death. And you see, I said, Bripia ni nyasa adwene wɔ yɛn tim, life after death. Ɛno na bɛma yɛhu sɛ ɛnyɛ asase yi so ha. Na yɛn ni gye no ɛsɛ wɔ. That is shouldn't be our focus. And Paul kind of 1 Corinthians 15 says, asase yi so nkuto na yɛwɔ anidaso deɛ yɛade yɛ mmɔbɔ sɛ yɛade yɛ mmɔbɔ twɛn nipa nyinaa. Enti bibia na mo bia yetu ɛne bibia yɛyɛ bia no ɛsɛ yɛhu sɛ daakye yɛbɛwu. Enti mo mma sika ɛne properties asase da meka kyerɛ obi ofa high street na sɛ mpo no abubu ni nyinaa o do kwa Accra proper bo hu dan ni bi 1897 saa dan no same yɛde wo tena mu sesi a wo mpɛ. Enso emra saa di pɛ yi saa dan no I want to believe that Basa okum nipa kura wo ho obekum nipa wo.
Yes, that is very true.
Yes.
That is very
true. Basa so okum nipa wo sa dan no obekum nipa. Na kohwe sa dan ya yesi in 1890 something no. Na hwe se wo bedem a. Bon, ye ndwene nkwachi. Ya dwene anim ha ya. Ndi wo dwene anim ha ya de a. Yes, wo ne ye usuban who focus everything about you will be just temporary. Well, all these things are temporary, and so everything we do, we must look into the eternity. We must look into eternity and see what is there for us, and how are we preparing ourselves towards eternity.
Very interesting. Wow. Okay, Iti, you are still live on Chariot TV. Please share, comment, bring all your questions. You're very kind. Iti daddy, my friend said, "May to say me worry na me share ababa wa bi a wa broche. You be say you can hu bom. Mostly no, omo just some few days be. We be quite to me back Say I worry any Friday, even to me back Saturday, or to me back Friday. Saturday, we are not was playing na asan akọ because of economic issues. No. Say, I feel like my person me who ra baby mu say na ma ba ho. Say me per advice. Say this is the situation. And obviously, such challenges we in beba. Nipa no ho kwa no te dada. Nye say me ne ware wa ha ansa na o movie akọ. E hwa no te. E hwa no bo ne bra. Me young mu there, what kind of advice will you give me? Will it be something I will say really me consider pass me perminyoma ye pa? What kind of advice will you give me?
I've had some clients like that for the past, I think, 3 years or so. I think I've had about 2 or 3 clients.
Mm-hmm.
They make an. Fortunately for me, the two, yeah, I think I remember 2. Back on the guy, Obian Newo, Obefanako. I'm said last week, he happened to me who very man on Facebook. Well, and so I took them through the process, the counseling process and sessions, and then remember what I said. So we make sure say the going, the guys going is guaranteed. And then yes, the lady said yes because I no one documents that. And truly, what worry and check crash no no. And the second one also crash no. And the woman has been here for the past, I think, almost 1 year or so. Last time,
Oh,
Obiana Kaji was fed through, and the woman has come down. I don't know the plans they have, if the two will go or she will continue to stay. So I will advise you, I will counsel you to know, say, look, you've got to remain focused on coming together for the rest of your lives.
that should be the goal.
And I'm not going to, yes, I'm not going to stop. No, I can't stop you. I'm not going to say, so I can't do that. And I shouldn't do that. But I said, my mama who said, you need to remain committed to the relationship and remain focused of doing all that you can to live together permanently. Until whatever you do, if it doesn't work, and then so back come back on, whichever works. So what if you have now cabrutino, every year you fine. Sanya Juma, no, I mean, Obi or no Baha, and then you wouldn't need problem. Oh, about Kruma, wouldn't
But
need
what
problem.
we free alcohol, yeah.
Who need documents, you still can come.
Yeah.
The only thing is about to mean copy.
What do you
What
mean,
I make
Kobe?
an
Yeah.
answer. And you need to save your marriage. That's what I
And
advise you
yes,
to
and
say.
there are situations like that, say, Nipa no nya na paper. It's
Yes,
even kwano, to me worry on the internet on phone. Say video where they need BBI or on phone. Because or back down pay and you be to me as an could. Uh-huh. It like you said, no, the goal should be say above all these circumstances, move to me are coming together. That should be the goal. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It Sisia no your friend says obi was that situation way more and I were married couples be or more this situation along this time. Be 5 years, 6 years. Ohun ni kunu, ohun ni yere. In your best on between me, I am maintaining our year our relationship. Now, how would they be able to maintain it and sustain it? Even though yen him say I am to the me yen your maka, how would they be able to maintain it within that
You have
period?
you've taken a risk, so you need to control yourselves and remain faithful to each other. That's a high risk.
Hmm.
What do I make an answer? I mean, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eh, it's either you come together, the one out there comes back, or the one here should go. If he or she cannot go, and you have to come back to save your marriage, you need to come down. If not, then the risk is still there, very high risk. Remain to control yourself and remain faithful to the relationship.
And also no problem no remaining faithful no.
You will be no so
Wow.
how no catching so worry na or am for papers in the visa na nka ho a on worry. I know some demand visa. Yes. So abrochina so be worry na mami who papers answer. Because there have been situations will be a worry sa we jan 10, 15, 20 years. Nefi we no worry wa abrochi or no war no we jan.
Oh,
Exactly. No, a sell life just like that. Well, indeed, that risk is very, very, very high. Very, very. And
and
it is your decision. I can't stop you.
I have seen situations in so because of say a war aberture no na on my print you know the man decided say obia no onkotena ne maame nkyɛn. Is it a good thing?
Na ne mame na ọkọta ada made ọkọ no aduan na dey. Aware no
So
na.
when it's a faithfulness, so when maame nkyɛn want to mean PP, want to mean ɛnkɔkɔ baby nye baby
Ọno
basa.
ọno nso wa brochi no ọno nso obia ne papa ho.
Baby.
So ọkọta ne mame nkyɛn na ɔnyɛ watch woman na ɔnyɛ dey. Na ɔhwɛ ne so na wɔntumi ampue.
Want to
But in
mean
any
PP.
told you say she being with the mother-in-law no is enough security. Na ade wei obi ani abere no so obi di bɔne a na ase no hɔ na ɛbɛyɛ den.
Also, when you want to know.
The risk is very high. That risk is very.
But say Ankadadi, who personally and find Sanka own worry in a situation we say about you as a person, Ankasa, is it something? Is it a risk you would take?
Unfortunately, my warranty, I don't know whether I will take the risk or not.
Because I had the amount for you.
No, ɛsɛ ohun sɛ meka biribi wɔ hɔ wobɛka so councillor ne sɛ anka ɔnware anaa anka ɔbɛware na obi antie nea mepa kyerɛ edi fortunately for me and unfortunately for wo question maware dada and me yere na maware no sɛ me sɛ ehia me nti mekɔ village a ɛyɛ ade a ɔngya me ma me nko a menkɔ obedi m'akyi.
Hey.
Also on the side ndo anye baby o say hia onu nyina be kono makodi hia no.
Hey.
And that's how it should be. Say
Wow.
hia mo kom mo trans na mo di hia no.
But daddy, imagine say obey your opportunities of collaboration now be no say o man nko because yeah our real no very important indeed. Imagine obey man no feel for to come no be ko na say it I think enya dey be easy sir.
You say me be anywhere easy.
Mhm.
But say when you brain na when ni jebibu na ade na valuable e ma wa. Ah na brochi na okọ na easy.
Mhm.
Ah it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
So ni nyina here easy. Yeah, then why should you choose the other one over this one? Economic reasons. Sika na didi yenti. And so yedi sika na chi. Ema neye valuable and important. Ni hia no yenye. And then I'm kasa obi make a group make a one say the Bible insists on doing what is important. And the Bible no
Yes.
me summarize and it can twi no. Say Bible no say enye ne ehia ni. Nti yenkɔ na yenkɔyɛ nea ehia.
Okay.
Ɛnyɛ nea ehia ni yenkɔ na yenkɔyɛ nea ehia.
Wow. Very interesting.
Problem ni nyinaa ne yɛ problem ni nyinaa yɛ because
Sika sem no.
ɛyɛ obi yere a ɔyare obi kunu a ɔyare obi a wakɔ exile anaa sogyani a ɔkɔ peacekeeping anaa ɔkɔ baabi na waba anaa even a diplomat bi a ɔkɔ baabi na ɛno nti ne yere anaa ne kunu ntumi nkɔ esiane adwuma na eyi nti ontumi nkɔ a ɔno na ɔkɔ a onim sɛ ɔkɔ akɔdi 2, 3, 4 years maximum 4 years you come home. What a mechanism. But if you're a diplomat, they by all means, in the year in the I can walk. But if you are not in the shops, be or krum, na anything on to as a diplomat, and you can go and come anytime, and he also can go and come at any time. And so, and then I make sure I can say, well, levels. And the any problems and you well, now near economic one, the basic one, here accept it ye ni be a fin eco hustle, near page maybe a yako hala be near the yes, yen na ye creative problem. Yen na ye to near door, so yen na ye to me 10 years, if you intimate 15 years, ni intimate. Yen.
That was a year, waha,
Yes, so Jenny Oko peacekeeping, in a year no exile, in a year diplomat, a year ye fear corner, yako hustle. Yen a critical. And yes, and I just say the issue has become economic. It is economic there. Which one is more valuable? And as I've already told you, nothing compares. Besides God, nothing compares to your marriage.
So we need to value it as such.
Yeah, it's foundational.
Wow. Very interesting. You're still live on Chiro TV. Yeah, topic near long distance marriage. Does it work? Kobe Godwin. Also, you have a question to ask, and yeah, a question. No? So please ask your question. And then Rita Ajari watching live from Paris. Okay. France for a church. Yeah, must say. More share program. Mama you baby a more share program no if free na for questions are more person will be send more family because we are there cost baby. Me sure say obi go ahwe I also make a decision as to whether say obeja to muso be worry obi or wa brocha na far from. It's a question be I will be able to the bana yet to me ahwe ayiwa no. Eti yɛbɛto asaka mmerɛ no kakra bi na yɛde dwumadie no ɛbɛwi yɛ. Te sɛ de na meka no, wɔn a question biara no, wobɛtumi de aba. Obiara send me private message. N'asɛm ne sɛ, wei na daddy kaa sɛ, sɛ mmea me yere na yɛdi ɔdɔ wɔ phone so. Ọdún sẹ ọmọ yẹ sáà ọmọ bẹtùmí de amaintani relationship no ọsẹ ẹha mi kakra sẹ dadi sẹ ayé sẹ ẹhyẹ da ẹnyẹ nti sẹ dadi bẹtùmí asẹnsi so bìí mu mi ni bí ọpẹ sẹ ọtí bìí mu deɛ but ẹ sọ ọ concerns wọ ẹni mo sẹ once wà wárí no a nyankopɔ agye atumi do ẹni na yẹrẹ yẹ video call náà mo yẹ ẹnyọma wọ phone so anka ẹyẹ bọ ne sa I think so that is what you want to say.
Adwuma me ye no nti no yenim causes of addiction.
Okay.
One of the basic causes in habits. Oye bibi na ebe habit. Now continue do baby. It will be established when it is established. Say without that you cannot live. A time of you even meet your wife or husband physically,
and you
wouldn't want to enjoy him or her physically.
Good.
You prefer that. And so social addiction. You determine addiction. It is determined by the habits that has been established at the person lives on it. Without it, the person cannot live. The presence of a habit which has been established. So without that thing, the person cannot live. So it is not only drugs or drinks, but any habit. The best show. Enye right. Nebedu baby no nefe untimi ye bibia gye se no nko na wo ye no. Ense se wo hyase po na koye addiction.
Good. I perfectly agree with you because I think say some of these things the human interface,
Exactly.
Because when you have phone so they said they all can who ni pan cry that attraction, no, you feel so good. To Madam for our me, I hope say.
Why masturbation? What are your
Mhm,
masturbation? Whether
mhm,
male or female? A bit
mhm.
baby boss said, Nere or honey kunu okra na akoshe baby no yeah.
You.
Yeah.
That is very true. Very, very true. I think
I have a story. They
mhm.
married for 9 years, and 9 years they had sex 4 times. What's like
Hey,
it means every 2.5 years they have one sex.
one
Every one
says,
one sex for 2.5. I mean 9 years is almost 10 years. Into four
hey,
times.
Jonathan mate here. Jonathan.
What am I can answer? And you see what I'm telling you, near me catch on and yeah, obi story. It
Mm,
came before me.
wow.
It came before me. So one night, near my Uranaba, one night, also koshe, I na ne kunu da hɔ a na wakɔ living room. Nti ɔsɔre yɛ nwaa. Ɔkɔɛ na ne kunu da hɔ a ɔmasturbate. Nti wanka hwee na ɔsan kɔ da. Ɔcheck another time na no who is says na the husband has been addicted to masturbation.
Wow.
Nti sisi ɔno ɔyere no wɔ hɔ nso ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔne ne da ne ho
And
nyɛ
then
n'akɔnɔ.
that.
He
Wow.
prefers masturbation. So sometimes yɛyɛ nneɛma no bi wɔ hɔ a yɛfɛ so wei deɛ yɛn hwee yɛyɛ deɛ twitwa yɛn ho.
A
Wonim
breeding
baabi a
normal baby in a long term.
wonim baabi a yɛde wo kɔ.
Very true.
Wonim baabi a yɛde wo kɔ.
Wow. And it's Madam for sending a message. I hope that you've been enlightened. With the you said I hope plain. Kobe Gordon had a question number. I said, why do why do Ghana ladies want to marry a man who is living abroad? As a Ghana man pay burger for too much. What's it? And then anything I'm Ghana man pay burger, but I think economic reasons here. Other than
Yeah, economic reasons. And that is dangerous. The risk is too high. It means it is not about the relationship. It is about for economic reasons. And when you are making decisions on those, the risk is too high. Very, very dangerous.
Okay, so also I didn't
Mm.
understand why. I saw what Brichoya Boganti, obviously. Also, I'm watching the live from Russia, Moscow. Wow. I hope you are safe
Okay.
because and I see in your report we say Ghana for I hope that all is well with you. Um Jonas Mensah so said watching you live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, US4 Yadamasi said also more share. And God, you know, so won't tell say, will be up a bugger. Obi
Mm.
be up maybe or tina na sumba juno. Eti, I think said it there. More bugger for those who very careful.
Some problem no is your face in sika. All our
And
problems will be solved. Young
result.
problems in sika, which is not true. False. And yet true. And no quarry.
Sika.
What it what we need is say benye jumaye. Eh juma na uhia so benye jumaye. It is not about money.
Wow.
Eh sika ahe na unya be satisfied. No.
Hmm. Wow. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Ernestina Tete, you are watching us. Thanks for watching. Please share so others can also enjoy this program. Abusuafo, I think say yeah, man, yeah, yeah, Brad, Nessa. We've had a very long discussion. Very important. I hope say what I heard from Ashasi, Mr. Sanhwɛ video ni bi na topic ni very very important. Ghana ba Aram success. Also nice program, learning a lot, watching you from Oxford, England. All right. Yeah, that was to say also what na what they comment about Bridget Penka is watching. All right, Bridget, thanks for watching. Um, I think that we have about 6 or 5 minutes to go. So, what question be able to me earlier? But any topic I hear, a long distance marriage, does it work? Daddy, I church and your man be brave. Me sure say be or what. Obo you so maybe the person or can one come. but all kind of credit. I hope says you're funny it's a bit boy papa. So you can keep on bringing in your comments and then your questions. You're kind amamuaha. That the book last year can't want some you can't want so much I take a cat. It's in if I can't want some kakri WhatsApp. If it's a man for the question back from you, but now you're calling a day. It's book, since I will be a PBR. I want to get where I wrote the numbers and because I'm saying producers, on my left here, beneath Jonathan who said Derek, how we here. My person will be projected that the number no at also. Say open counseling, I bet me contact him. What to me, Aboa. The book in the title, You Are Me. I have book in the title, and so far, if it can want some cacao, no, Mama to be no. Cast a book, Aboa, papa, ye. I hope say once I will have no cocoa joe there na what kind na Aboa. You Are Me. That the number, no, producers, and somebody that 2 man, say, and that screen is also I'll bet me after at number near 0244 260172 0244 260172. What Fred that is a winner cancel on Babuan. Open book ni bi so a that is just say obi pe book ni bi a me fa no betumi enya bi.
wɔfrɛ nɔma no a yɛbɛtumi aboa no wonya afrɛ nko ade a baabi a wɔ biara no nsa bɛka aberɛkyirifoɔ nyinaa koraa yɛtumi de kɔ ma wo nti
Yes.
wonya afrɛ nɔma no nko ade a
Okay. You Are Me book no a title no and your papa you could just send a sure sa book no. I think so far comment be and a question be a so yeah the basic here na nyame adoma da sende yeah the topic for beba na yeah discuss say a question be na o pese o bisa o the brand me next week every say to me Jacob be na no your pump program na so mo ferry o say dey answer na o matter set questions na man it is a be
Okay.
balance you very important you be address answer na you are discussing new topic it's a busu afọ that must say mo jemre na mo share wo Chariot TV we are love and family corner and yeah papa you could just na ebe boy me and the jumadi no chiam se fam Samuel abebio yeah the jumadi no ebesi that's ne me ya adoma ye beto aso ya menka obi bia bye bye.